Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. Today we're going to be looking at Eureka Math / Engage New York Math, Module 4, Lesson 19, Substituting to Evaluate Addition and Subtraction Expressions. I should say expressions. Oh, that's goofy. Hey, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and blast right past that and keep moving. So you're going to be given addition or subtraction expressions, and then you're going to have to evaluate, basically meaning solve. And some of these will be kind of real-world type questions, and we're going to use data tables to help organize and then look for patterns. As we start to do this, then we will make sure that we're labeling our charts, labeling each column, and then we're going to be able to create our own. Okay, so let's get started. This is a question that, or this is a chart, I should say, that shows my age and my sister's age in years. That's important. We talked about that in a previous lesson. You don't just say, let X represent my age. Like, you have to say your age in what? Years, months, days? Like, we don't know, right? So, in this example, it says, my older sister is exactly 2 years older than I am. Sharing a birthday is fun and annoying. Every year on her birthday, we have a party, which is fun, but she always brags that she is 2 years older than I am, which is annoying. Shown below is a table of our ages starting when I was born. So, first thing I do when I see a table like this, even before we look at the questions, is I start to look for patterns. So to get from my age to my sister's age, from 0 to 2, it's plus 2. I know it can't be multiplication. 1, I already told you it was addition, right? But it can't be multiplication because nothing times 0 is going to equal 2. But 0 plus 2 would equal 2. So then when I'm 1 and she's 3, 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. So I'm starting to see a pattern of plus 2. My age plus 2 equals my sister's age. All right, let's look at some questions. What patterns do you see? Well, we already talked about that. We're starting to see plus 2 from my age to her age. On the day I turned 8 years old, how old was my sister? Let's go back to the chart. Do we need to extend the chart and do 5, 7, do 6, 8? Do we have to go all the way down? We don't have to, because we know what the pattern is. It's plus 2. So on the day I turned 8 years old, my sister is 8 years old plus 2. She would have turned 10 years old. Okay? How do we know that? We know it because of the pattern. The pattern is plus 2. On the day I turned 16, how old was my sister? 16 plus 2 would be 18 years old. How do you know? It's the pattern. So, do we need to keep extending the table? Like when it asks on the day I turned 16, it only has 0 through 4. If I went, would I have to create this chart and go all the way down to 16 to see what the answer is? No. I found the pattern. The pattern is the key. Now, let me throw this one at you, because this is going to be more the expression that explains our answer. If my age is y, and I'm going to use y because of years, what is my sister's age? The expression that would represent my sister's age in years would be y plus 2. Because whatever year I am, she is that year plus 2. All right, we have another pattern, another table. This is not the same one, even though it looks the same. And I'm going to first, again, look for patterns. 0 plus 2 gets to 2. 1 plus 2 gets to 3. 2 plus 4, or excuse me, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So I'm starting to think my pattern is, once again, my age plus, in years, plus 2. I see here, this one's blank, but I have 5 over here. So if it's plus 2 to get from this column to this column, then it would be minus 2 from this column to get to this column, right? So 5 minus 2 is going to give me 3. 4, I know plus 2 will give me 6. And then I know my pattern here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to be 5, and this would have to be 7. So how old was I when my sister was 6 years old? When my sister was 6 years old. When she was 6, I was 4. I hope what you're noticing here is they're going to start asking us questions, and they're asking how old I was given my sister's age. So they're not giving us our age and then saying how old is the sister. They're telling us her age, and then we have to subtract 2 to find our age. So how old was I when my sister was 15? Well, if she was 15, and I know to get to my age I have to subtract 2, I would have been 13 years old. That's a weird looking word, but okay. How do you know? Because the pattern is my age plus 2 to get to her age, and reversed, it's her age minus 2 to get to my age. If you know, let's go down here. Looking at the table in example 2, which is this table, if you know my sister's age, can you determine my age? Meaning, if you know her age, can we figure out how old we were? Yeah. We subtract 2 to get to our age, right? Now, if we use variable g for my sister's age in years, what expression would describe my age in years? So if my sister, I'll write this up here, my sister's age is g, my age is 2 less than g, so it's got to be g minus 2. So if her age is g, my age is g minus 2. So the pattern I originally saw was plus 2. But when I started reading the questions, I noticed they're asking me, based on her age, how old I am. So we're actually subtracting 2. Both ways you get the right answer. But if they're asking you to write a variable for your sister's age, you have to know that your age is that minus 2. Okay, let's do one more example here. This one actually expands to 3 columns. I'm going to read it. Noah and Carter are collecting box tops for their school. They each bring in 1 box top per day starting on the first day of school. However, Carter had a head start because his aunt sent him 15 box tops before school began. Noah's grandma saved 10 box tops, and Noah added those on his first day. Fill in the missing values that indicate the total number of box tops that each boy brought to school. All right, so here we have our first pattern, right? And there's a lot of things going on here. Obviously, as I go down, it looks like we go 1, 2, 3, and so this must be 4. Now, here I have 11, blank, 13, 14, blank. Must be 12, must be 15, 16, 17, blank, 19, 20, that must be 18. We can fill that in just going off of those very basic patterns. But to solve the rest of the questions, we're going to have to see some of the other patterns. So I'm saying school day 1, Noah has 10 box tops, or 11 box tops. On day 2, he has 12. Day 3, he has 13. So I'm starting to see that the pattern there could be, for whatever day of school it is, Noah has plus 10, right? 4 plus 10 is 14. 5 plus 10 is 15. On the other hand, we'll go orange here. From whatever school day it is to how many box tops Carter has is plus 15. 1 plus 15 is 16. 2 plus 15 is 17, and on down the line. I'm also seeing another pattern here, which is from Noah to Carter is plus 5. However many box tops Noah has, Carter has 5 more. 11 to 16. 12 plus 5 is 17. 13 plus 5 is 18, and on down the line. So let's use that information to look at our questions. If we let D be the number of days since the school year began, on day D of school, how many box tops will Noah have brought to school? So we're going to have D, and if we're looking at Noah, and we know that that pattern is plus 10, because if it's day 1, 1 plus 10 is 11. If it's day 2, 2 plus 10 is 12. If it's day 3, 3 plus 10 is 13. If it's day D, D plus 10 is whatever the answer would be. We can't answer it because we don't know what D stands for, but that would be the expression, D plus 10. On day D of school, how many box tops will Carter have brought to school? Well, Carter, again, we go from 1 to 16, and that's plus 15. We go from 2 to 17, that's plus 15. We go from D to whatever, it's still going to be plus 15. So we would have to say D plus 15 box tops would be our answer. Part D here. On day 10 of school, how many box tops will Noah have brought to school? I'm going to erase a little bit of this just so we can see here. On day 10, so if I know 5 plus 10 is 15. 4 plus 10 is 14. Whatever day of school it is, plus 10 is how many box tops Noah will have. So, day 10 of school, plus 10, he will have brought 20 box tops. Finally, let's look at letter E. On day 10 of school, how many box tops will Carter have brought to school? Well, again, we go from 1 to 16, that's plus 15. We go from 2 to 17, that's plus 15. We go from 5 to 20, that's plus 15. So we know plus 15 is our pattern. If it's day 10, we're going to add that to 15. And we're going to say that Carter would have brought 25 box tops. All right. Lots of patterns here. We talked about a lot of things. We're going to go through more examples of this together in class as a group. So we'll check that out very soon, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.